Minister Motshekga, through the ages, literacy has been used as a measure of social control. UNESCO understood literacy to be measured by assessing reading, writing, and mathematics domains of social life, which influence individual identity and the insertion into society. From this point forward, literacy involves not only the reading and writing, but also the acquisition of skills necessary for effective and productive performance within society. Minister, since it's an undisputable fact that reading and writing and mathematics are the foundation of literacy, why are your actions and that of your department feeding the fire of illiteracy in South Africa? Why, Minister, does your revised curriculum allow grade 1 learners to proceed to grade 2 in spite of the fact that their spelling and mathematical skills, how basic it might be, are not on the required level? Talk about injustice. It's an injustice to let a child advance to a high grade when their skills and level of education is not up to scratch. Such a child will be victim of continuous challenges, and he or she will be subjected to inferiority to their peers in the same school. Such children will never excel or be able to reach their full potential. Such a child will queue in the unemployment lines and be dependent on government to sustain them. The sense of entitlement and blame shifting that government is advocating will be part of their culture, and the chain of not being good enough will be the norm. Your actions, Minister, will determine their future. Your actions are determining their future. Your legacy will not be one of a leader that lifted people up, but one that failed dismally. You will be remembered as the minister that couldn't lead effectively in times of uncertainty. You'll be remembered as the minister that saw about 23,796 public schools in South Africa that were supposed to educate more than 12 million children and failed to do so. Insufficient PPE at schools, in spite of the fact that the school infrastructure grant was reduced to make provision for this. Inadequate water and sanitation after 26 years. Dangerous pit latrines that were supposed to be demolished on the previous project. Retrenchment of personnel at schools, to name but a few of the milestones of your reign. The Freedom Front Plus applaud institutions that built universities to further educate their children through mother tongue education, while others complain and burn down universities that they received for free. Do South African teachers that were retrenched during the COVID period even know if they will be reinstated in their former positions post-COVID? The real question, Minister, is that if any of the Cuban teachers that were imported by government were retrenched or dismissed, or would that harm government's relations with their revolutionary ally to the detriment of our people? It's common knowledge that the COVID pandemic is the best thing that could ever have happened to the ANC and the worst thing for South Africans. Hungry children fill their stomachs with water before going to bed because they were prevented by government from silencing the retching hunger pains for a meal. To many, the only meal for the day that was supposed to be provided by the National School Nutrition Program. Will you sing them a lullaby, Minister? Will you dry their tears? Will you explain to them that you are part of the reason that they will not be able to jump and play tomorrow? Children being robbed of their childhood. Children being robbed of their future. COVID is not to blame. Government is. We salute the teachers that brave the challenges and pour their hearts and souls and energy into our precious children. You are the true heroes. Geletterdheid is oor die jare gebruik om sosiale beheer toe te pas. Hoekom belemmer die regering die ontwikkeling van Suid-Afrika se kinders? Is dit om beter sosiale beheer toe te pas? Is dit om hul afhanklik van die staat te hou? I'm quoting the Daily Maverick in closing, Chair. What can be deduced is that education is a political issue, and because corrupt politics and by the extension of corrupt governments are in the business of preserving privilege, they only allow their citizens to think as far as their thinking serves the survival of the system. And because systems differ in how much thinking power is needed to survive, it would seem that our particular government, the system, permits no thinking at all. Die Vryheidsfront Plus ondersteun nie hierdie aangepaste begroting nie. Thank you, Chair.